Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 48. Our party has leveled up, so we should do something about that. Let's start with Solomon on the end of the Excel spreadsheet. We're getting close to the end of chapter 2, you can tell, because by the end of chapter 2, you have completed your second archetype. His last ability he took was Brother in Arms, so he gets Agility and Demolition. Agility to try to keep him alive, because he has second skin, so he can wear medium armor and still not have his dodge reduced. So it's a good idea to give him Agility, Demolition, which is based on his Agility score. You maxed out Coercion. His Carouse skill is pretty high. It's based on his toughness and archetype advancement as an overseer. Yeah, I'd probably give him Carouse instead, because we have a ton of people who already have Demolition. So I'm going to make a change to that in the spreadsheet there. Let's give him Carouse. And then the next couple of characters in the spreadsheet we don't have yet. Let's go to Adira. Our Pyro, the last thing she took was Master of Torture. She gets Int and Lore Warp. Beside her is Argenta. Last thing she took was Contempt for the Weak. She gets Agility and Awareness. Same reason she gets Agility is because, just like Solomon, she has second skin, so she can wear medium armor. It's one of those unfortunate things where she starts the game with power armor, but you don't get power armor till way late in the game, and there's no talent like second skin that makes it so your dodge doesn't get reduced with heavy armor. So really, if you want her to use power armor later, you're going to have to respec her, because there's no reason to poke points into Agility. But we're going to do it for now. And then Awareness for her. What's her lore Imperium? Archetypes Militant. And her Awareness, Archetype Advancement, Arch Militant. Oh, she gets really high Awareness skill. Okay. That's why we do that then. Jai Hedari. Jai's last skill was Hidden Advantage. We give her Agility and Persuasion. And then Yurliet, the Assassin. Well, not Assassin. There is an Assassin class, so we're going to find that later. She got Pounce. Later she gets Agility and Awareness. Her Awareness is really high. It's really nice. Alright, Cabela. The last thing she took was Battle of Attrition. She gets Strength. And then I gave her Lower Xenos. I don't know that there's anything here worth having. Athletics would probably be the better choice for her. Oh, and she also, we should give her Demolition then. She's got really high Demolition skill. Let's give her Demolition there. I don't know why I said Lower Xeno. Oh, I know why I said Laura Zeno. Because I have her down as getting Drukhari weapon proficiency next. Okay, there are some nice Drukhari weapons. What the hell? We'll do this. We'll do it the way it's built on the Excel spreadsheet, even though I don't think she needs it, because there are plenty of other weapons in the game that are regular weapons that are fine. But for fun, let's give her Drukhari weapon proficiency, because nobody else is really going to use Drukhari weapons. Marazai will, but he's the only one, and we don't have him yet. So sure, let's do that. We'll give her the Lower Xenos. Cassia. The last thing she took was Improvised Strategy. She gets Persuasion, Fellowship, and then Pascal, the Operative. Last thing he took was Pounce as well, so he gets Perception and Logic. So logical. Abelard, the last thing he took was Covering Bulwark, so he gets Strength and Carouse. He also gets Carouse. Nice, his Carouse is really high. So it's down to me and Heinrichs. We should be pretty close together on this. Last thing he took is invigorating screams. What's going on here? Hello, spreadsheet. Would you like to work today? Apparently not. There we go. Alright, invigorating screams to get strength and athletics. Strength and athletics, nice. And what do I get? I get sparks of the greater flame. Oh, I don't, because we took that before. We get strength and demolition. Strength for us. Demolition for us. There we go. Everybody's leveled up. Alright, so get over here and see what we got left to do. We have to go to Dargonis. We still got some stuff to do there. Blades in the Void. We don't want to do that yet. Eldarian Distress. We want to find that cache. In the throne room of the Palace of Valencius. That's where we want to go. Just have to do this stuff for Cassia. Where we basically... Let's see. Don't have anything that we can do in projects, I don't think. Guilds. Yeah, we were saying we didn't want to do that. Adeptus Arbites. Yeah, we want those. We want that thing. Okay. Let's go to Dargonis, though. Von Valencia's palace or the throne room. That's where we want to go. Who do we want with us on this? We have to have Cassia. So first of all, you're gone. Have to have Cass, Cabela, so we probably want you gone, Cabela. Let's do you people. And see how this works out. Good lord, game, you gonna load or what? Alright, in here. Dementia Wessarian. Your lordship, I hope your stay on Dargonis will be beneficial to your physical and mental state. I hope so too. I understand that their heir to a protectorate must have his hands full, but one shouldn't forget about rest. What about the meeting with the navigators of House Orselio? Allow me to report. The esteemed navigators of House Orselio have taken residence in the guest estate and await a meeting with you. How would you like to receive them? We lose a profit factor for that? No. A meeting with the navigators is just a formality. No need for any extravagant receptions. Alright, would you like to hold this meeting shortly? Yes, Cassie and I are ready for the talks. So... Oh, yeah, that's right. There's going to be an attack, isn't there? What do we want to do? Who do we want to have? I know I want Cabela. Do we want to use Abelard? It seems like a role-playing thing for him to be here. And maybe he can taunt some people. Sure, let's try this. What the hell? I'm tempted to bring Argenta or Yearliet or Idira. Any one of them is a nice addition, but... The Navis Nobelites. Regent Aranto Orselio, esteemed delegation, the rogue trader and Von Valencia's protectorate welcome you. Come this way, please. Very well. Darkness. Wow. Game's not wanting to load today. It's like, feels like a Monday. Alright, here we go. The esteemed representatives of the Navis Nobelite have arrived at the Rogue Trader's Court. The regent of the great house, Orselio. Aranto Orselio. Okay. On with it. His companions, Lady Glyceria Orselio, Navigator Leso Simon Orselio, and his intended bride, Lady Navigator Alexandrina Orselio. Lady Navigator Alina. Wow, lots of people. Cassia, you have an extensive family here. A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move, as if the navigator's flesh has detached from his bones. An unsightly hole mars the regent's face, where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with spiky growths. Rogue trader. The regent's sagging lips twist in a condescending sneer. We hope the Von Valencia's protectorate finds its bearings soon, and you astound us with functions every bit as grand as those of your peers. You did not see fit to prepare for the arrival of the Orsilio delegation. That's right, I'm not losing any profit factor for you fools. And yet this is not why we are here. Our grace is obliged to note how much the rogue trader has done for House Orsilio by protecting its beloved child. We waited for many turns to behold her radiant visage. The regent shifts his unblinking gaze to Cassia. Come now, child. There is much we need to discuss. Cassia steps forward, but then stops and looks at you. As long as the Lady Navigator remains under my protection, I will speak on her behalf. No, I'll let her speak. Nod wordlessly. She's got her own mind. She can say what she wants to say. She smiles faintly and addresses the regent. Esteemed regent, it pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of gold and turquoise above your brow. It is thanks to the efforts of the rogue trader that I stand here today, and there is so much I want to tell you. But what is it you desire to hear most? We know what happened at the station, child. Your connection to the Atlas has grown strong. We felt the turmoil in your soul, and the events that transpired have shaken us. House Orsilio is deeply grateful to the rogue trader for the destruction of the saboteurs. We are willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that a treaty of friendship and alliance underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity will suffice. Now come, child, it's time we depart for your new home so we may finish what we started. Esteemed Regent, perhaps I could continue my education while still accompanying the rogue trader on his travels. Just imagine how much I could learn beyond the bounds of... Cassia, I would be honored if you decided to stay. Unthinkable. Here come the thugs. Oh, you struck?
House Orsilio was not involved in the attack!
You struck.
Tyranny.
Oh, you struck my navigator. And some part of this retinue has gone rogue.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Alright. Well, yeah, you guys are cowering. Navigator's cowering in the corners. Alright, I got a bunch of people here. This is going to get really ugly if I remember correctly. Lady Navigator Elena. Alright, you can go here. And I will move where I can. Pascal, you need to be... Flanking people would be good. Jai Hedari, why don't you flank with him? Mr. Wesserian. Oh, good for you. You're going to be right here. This is going to be great. Get out there. Actually, you're not going to get a go for a while, so let's give you some cover. And then Cabela. Let's move you here. Well, let's keep you covered all the way. As much as we can. Alright, start the battle. My darling Dia. In case this Navis Nobilite doesn't move, let's do
Emperor,
this.
give me strength.
What did we get for free? Stronghold stratagem. For 1 round, allies in the area gain 7% armor, cannot be overpenetrated, gain immunity to prone effect, and gain 2 deflection against area attacks. Additionally, they do not suffer injuries for receiving damage. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. In that case, we're going to try to grab as many people as possible and pull them toward the center. Like so.
Isn't this a job for the Senate?
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to move. And that's totally fine, because we're just going to whoop her ass this way. Oh, can I not see that person? Come on. What happens if I move this way and go like this? There we go. Like this. Like that. I can't get everyone? That's a shame. Okay, hold on. What if I go there? What if I go here? That's blocked in the way. If I go... So if I go here and get a little cover... Alright,
Step
fine.
aside. The navigator is coming.
I'm gonna throw this stratagem down.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Got a lot of people, but nobody got stunned. There we go. There's everyone.
I'm not accustomed to being shielded around.
Okay, in that case now, for protective purposes, well, you're the shooter. Pascal, can I not see you? There we go.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Now, who's going to do what here? Oh, some people got stunned. That's great. That's what we want. Okay. What do I want to do here? Let's do this. I'm going to come right over here. I'm going to buff
I'll
myself.
make it happen. On it.
I wish I wasn't going yet. We'll do some damage here. Can we do... There we go. There's 3. Defense. Let's light someone on fire. You.
I'll see to it personally.
There we go. You can't stop being lit on
It's not
fire.
me.
And then... I get the slash ability. Yet reduces weapon skill and ballistic skill and perception until the start of the user's next turn.
I'll
do
make
that.
it happen.
Okay. I could try and kill some people here. Let's do a little more damage here.
I'll
There we
see
go.
to it personally.
I want to be inside this square. Can I move? Let's see, how far can I move? I'm gonna move like this. And then slash this guy. And now I'm inside the square, so we'll stay right there.
Break their morale.
Wardens are coming. Okay.
For the glory of the Imperium.
Oh, wow, drilling him.
Follow my lead.
Oh, where are you going off to? Oh, okay. Let's move you down here.
I bring mercy and retribution.
I know you did. 'Cause you're awesome.
An
Oath
offering
of Vengeance. Oh, I can't hit that on him? Really? I can't hit it on her, though.
There is only death, yours or mine. I shall not fail.
Never stood a chance.
That was beautiful. How many hit points you got? 38. Okay. Oh, I wish I could jump one more time. That'd be great. Well, we'll just have to do
As
this.
honor ordains. Killing brings me no pleasure.
There we go. Let's get an AP back. Not Oath of Vengeance, this one. Blood Oath.
The
You're gonna
shadows
die.
will see us death. As honor, the other side awaits.
Jumpy jump. Right
I
here.
shall not let your soul be purged.
I got one more jump. Be
As
inside
on
the
all
square. Good, nice. Nicely done. And then you can just stab him.
The shadows will death is a blessing.
That's great. If you want, you can jump
As
over
honor
here.
ordains.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Now grab yourself some
I
extra
shall
defense.
not fail.
That guy has a serious problem. Pascal, who can you see from there? You can only see the one guy. What about from here? You can see both guys. Alright, we're gonna do this. Take this guy down. Bounty on... Oh, do I want to do bounty on that guy or this guy? Let's do it on this guy. I'm worried about hitting myself.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Now that is an equation.
Okay.
Your life is a negligible variable.
Pascal, you're missing, dude. What's happening here? What's going on with you? Jai. Oh yeah, well this is fun. Okay. Oh, this guy's right next to us. Oh, okay. Hold on then.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs.
Is it now? Let's do extra damage to me. Linchpin to me, except I want her to do this.
Don't
Press
get
the
too
advantage,
cocky.
because I want her to shoot this guy.
Somewhere.
Very nice. Good job. Okay. Abelard, you're not going to get a go, bud.
Wanna see a trick?
You're just not going to get a go. Wait a minute. Hold on now. Oh, so we saw at the end of the last episode, I picked up a new sword. It's the Veil Degradation Sword. So you can see our Veil Degradation is at 4. We killed this guy.
The other side awaits.
I love that. That's so much fun.
I'll make it happen.
Well, that was nice. That was efficient. This woman. She's gonna get her insides turned outside. Listen to Alina Orselio. Listen. I'm not sure I want to listen. Mercy. The Lady Navigator covers her face with her disfigured scaly hands, each with an extra finger and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly that of your servants, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. Rogue trader, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a monster that is cunningly pretending to be an innocent maid. Spare me, and I, Alina Hateria Orselio, will swear to tell you the whole truth about the madness that is devouring House Orselio like a malignant tumor. Do not let the Regent deceive you with honeyed lies, lest the cursed child ruin your protectorate as well. You see rage and despair in the Lady Navigator's face, but neither is directed at you. I sentence you to death for your crimes against a rogue trader and Lady Navigator Cassia. Any last words? Tysiphanes' heir be damned. I know that House Orselio will cast off the tyrant's shackles someday, though not here and now. Others will come after me, and may our enemies tremble. The only person who's going to be doing any trembling is you when I put this knife through your throat. Rogue trader, House Orselio humbly asks for your lenience and forgiveness. We could not even imagine these vile rats could be scurrying among our ranks. As for them sneaking into the rogue trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be our witness. The accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. Allow us to offer you compensation worthy of a rogue trader, as a gesture of friendship and an apology for any unpleasantness. Yeah. You stood aside as your people, these so-called renegades, attacked. How is that not treason? A ridiculous claim. In the heat of battle, your servants would not have paused to consider who was truly to blame. We would have been cut down next to the traitors if we'd so much as reached for our weapons. We are ready to tell you everything we know so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Tell me more about these renegades, then. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our great house, so carefully nurtured by the previous Novator, Tisiphone Orselio. They deem the century of her rule a tyranny, and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. Fools! If the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole of House Orselio would fall into oblivion. Why do the renegades seek to destroy the house relic? They dread its power, for only a Novator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. Why are people trying to kill Lady Cassia? Everyone in the house knows the child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which once belonged to our great Novator, Tisiphone Orselio. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Tisiphone abdicated her responsibilities and set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. This whole bit with Tisiphone abdicating her responsibilities and setting off for parts unknown, that feels totally like a DLC setup to me. Does Cassia really carry Tisiphone's atlas? We believe it with all our heart. The Novator spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. It is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the Novator. Tisiphone gave the order, followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the atlas, to Cassia, and therefore marking her as her successor. Looks like House Orselio has fallen in hard times. The regent stays silent and then replies, "To call your statement false would be a lie. For many years we managed to maintain the fragile balance within our house, but then the Novator's departure shook the faith of many. The treasury is empty. Navigators are scattered, the warp routes are scrambled, and many of our allies cannot be reached, which is why it is so important to complete the child's education. It is Cassia's duty to take Tisiphone's place and lead the house to prosperity. Such is her great destiny." What do you know of Cassia's unbridled power? A special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we learned to prevent most outbursts. As long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion, powers cannot take hold of her mind. I think I've heard enough. We would be honored to hear your thoughts on the matter. I will accept the compensation you have offered. We will arrange for the items to be delivered as soon as possible. I will dismiss the charges against House Orselio for what transpired. It pleases us to know that the enemy's schemes failed to harm relations between our dynasties. But tell us, what future awaits House Orselio and the Von Valencius Protectorate? Let us sign a treaty of friendship and alliance between our dynasties. With great pleasure. Our emissary will contact yours and deliver the scrolls for your signature and seal. May the Emperor bless his new alliance. So we gained 15 navigator insight just from that. I wish to help House Orselio solve their current problems. The regent's sagging skin quivers when he sighs. It would be highly disrespectful of us to refuse the aid of a rogue traitor. We, Aranto Orselio, do hereby accept your offer. If you will allow, we shall discuss the details later. What about an exchange of culture and technology? Theodora von Valencius was a very open-minded woman, but Sagius Tisiphone did not support many of her endeavors, and neither should we. We are afraid House Orselio will have to refuse the rogue trader's offer. Okay then, I would like to discuss, finally, at long last, Lady Navigator's future. As we said earlier, the child must return to the fold of her house. We hope you will be gracious enough to acquiesce. What are my options here? Under the Expanse law, the payment for rescuing the Lady Navigator was a contract obliging her to serve on my ship. Well, let's try the persuasion one and see if we're going to fail this, but there are traitors in your midst. Would the Lady Navigator not be safer under my protection? Though House Orselio may have suffered the pain of a schism, only we can protect the child from our brethren and lead her along the paths of enlightenment to the Novator's throne. Well then, under the Expanse law. Under pirate law, rogue trader, we thought you a man of honor. I will give consent if I am furnished with another navigator. Otherwise, Cassie will remain until her contract expires. Calderon, I henceforth bound you under a new contract on behalf of House Orcelia. Say your farewells, child. Should you ever see the Rogue Trader again, it will be as the Novator of House Orcelia. Rogue Trader, I will occasionally permit myself to reminisce about our voyages shrouded in azure mists and pink sparkles. Farewell. Really? So we just lose Cassia? I've never had that happen. Oh my gosh. I've never had that happen before. We lose Cassia? Oh, that's just dumb. That's Owlcat for you. Breaking rule number 1 of RPGs. Don't ever give the player something and then take it away. Oh, now I gotta set up this companion. Okay, well. I really think that's lame. You know, they kill Lindsay at the end of Kingmaker, and that drove me nuts, but at least it was at the very end of the game. But then you have to roll a whole new bard, because you've been used to having a bard the whole time. And then in Wrath of the Righteous, they foist so many evil characters on your party that I killed most of them. And now this. I can't tell you how much I dislike this. Oh well, I'll roll a new navigator. Cassia's whole quest line is gone then. Dumb. Really stupid. Don't make games like this, people. Don't make games where you give the character and the player, the protagonist, companions, and then take them away. That was stupid. I had Jaya with me, and the best thing we could roll was a 37% coercion. Like, I have Jai with me, and Cassia also has a high persuasion skill. And there were no conversation options for Cassia to say, I don't want to go, I'm staying with him. Like, there was nothing there. There was nothing to do. Owlcat, you just fail. You just keep failing. You keep putting this immaculate, amazing buffet on the table. And then as I'm going from dish to dish, putting things on my plate, I find a dog turd. Like, why? Why would you want to ruin this beautiful buffet with a dog turd? All right, I'll come back.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain.
Well, it's not just enough that Cassia left. She left with all her equipment, too. I'm at a loss for words right now. You know, it occurs to me that one of the reasons that maybe I take this kind of stuff so hard compared to other game players is because of how my life has gone and how things have worked out. I wonder if the people who make these video games, especially at Owlcat, and make these decisions to have your characters go away and have your equipment go away and do the go to jail quest and make you naked and take all your stuff away from you and have Cassie leave and take all her gear with her. I wonder if any of these people, any of these developers, any of these decision makers, anybody working there, did any of them grow up poor? Did any of them ever once in their life have anything taken from them? Because if you have, and I didn't grow up poor, but we were not the upper crust of middle class. I was the kid that got sent to school with the off-brand jeans while everybody else was wearing Levi's, and I got laughed at because my parents couldn't afford the Levi's 501s like every single other kid in school in the 70s and 80s. And if you've ever had something taken from you, this hits hard. Like, this is unpleasant. And playing a video game should be fun. And I gotta think that the people making these games, that make these decisions, that make stuff like this happen, I gotta think that all of them grew up privileged in some way because they've never had to deal with this. I mean, just so this hits a little close to home here, I just had to have a difficult conversation with my dad yesterday because my mom has dementia and it's getting really, really bad. And it's getting so bad that he can't take care of her. Her healthcare needs are now beyond his capability. He's not a trained nurse. He knows that. So we're looking at now we have to make the difficult choice and we have to do all the research and figure out where can we put her. We need to put her in a home. We know she's going to hate that. She's going to rail against that. But she is the closest person in real life that I've ever seen to 10-second Tom from 50 First Dates. Like, her time span might be more like 60 seconds, but that's my mom now. You say something to her, and 60 seconds later, she's completely forgot what you said. And if you're not me or my sister or my dad, she may not even know who you are anymore. So I've had to spend the last couple of years watching my mom slip away. So those kinds of things in your life, and people slip away in my life, not just my mom. My mom is the thing that's happening to me now that's really, really hard to deal with. Because it's your mom. But I've lost people, and I've had people leave my life in very damaging ways. And so here comes a video game and they're like, yeah, we're not even going to give you a conversation option that's going to make this possible to keep this person. Or if we are, you have a 37% chance to succeed at it. Well, hello, it's Colors Fade Gaming. We know what my odds are. If it's not 100%, it's 0. How many 95% sniper shots have I missed playing games? You've all seen it. It's not fair, but it is what it is. So, I mean, this is why I have 9 guitars hanging on my wall. Because every single one of I bought over the years, it's taken me 30 years to buy these guitars. And I cherish every single one of them. And you will not get them from me. You will have to pry them out of my cold, dead hands before I give them up. I buy them. I play them, I use them in shows, I use them in rehearsals, and I take care of them. They are my babies. But these video game developers just don't want you to have any kind of attachment to anything. They want you to like the characters, so you'll play the game, but they don't want you to have any attachment to it. And I gotta just wonder if the lack of attachment comes from them being privileged people who've never lost anything, never had things taken away from them. They'd never been poor. Because it's one thing to delete Cassia here and make me roll a new character that I'm not going to give 2 shits about. Everybody welcome to Pagos. This is Pagos. He's a Voidborn character. You can roll your own or you can take the default Darius, but you know what? When you roll your own, you're still stuck with this graphic. You can't actually change this. Even though there are a whole bunch of presets in the game when you go to make your character, you can't change this unless you want to use a custom PNG file like that you downloaded from some external thing. That's nice, but I didn't have any set up. So my only option was this. I started making a female character and I'm like, I want the picture to match. And I couldn't make the picture match because this is the only one you're given. So this is Pagos. He's a navigator. And guess what? He doesn't even have a staff because Cassia took all the gear. So I'm not a fan of this, obviously. I'm not going to lose my shit about it and start F-bombing like with the ship navigation, with the ship combat. But I'm not happy about this. Now we got to go find us a navigator staff. I don't know what to do about this. You having a sword is probably a really bad idea. Got no armor because I've been selling everything. I didn't think I would need anything. So there you go. My fear of giving stuff away and selling it has always been, well, what if I need it for a character? And I'm like, who do I need it for? I have an Excel spreadsheet. I know what all my characters are going to be. I know their whole complete builds. I know what kind of equipment I want to use. And the game's like, yeah, ha ha ha, sucker. Look at you. We're going to take away your second most powerful character and one of the coolest companions in the game, and to add insult to injury, we're also going to take all the gear. I mean, color me disappointed. I'm going to have to go play something else after this. Get my mind right. I'm going to have to play guitar or something and do something. I got to tell you, that was one of the freakiest things that ever happened to me. We're going to head back to football and try to get him, Pagos now, a staff of some kind. What else do I have to do here? An audience with the Arbites. Oh, brother. I just don't think that that's going to be good without Pagos having a staff. I was dating someone one time, a really, really lovely woman, and I mean that. She was just a wonderful person, a really, really kind soul. Probably the kindest person I've ever dated. And I remember one time, and I may have told this story in some other video a long, long time ago, but, you know, it'd be buried amongst the hundreds that I released, so who knows if anybody's heard this. But she was fantastic, and I didn't ask her to marry me because there were just a couple of things that I thought were going to make it difficult to have a long-term, forever type of relationship with her. But she was a wonderful woman. And one of the things that almost kind of scared me off a little bit is that, and this is a good thing though, it was also a really good thing, is I remember I was being kind of cranky and I didn't understand why. I felt like I was just having a bad day, you know, like some days just don't work well. You just kind of want to go back to bed. And she said, "You're cranky. Go play your guitar." I was like, "What?" She goes, "Go play your guitar." I played guitar for like 20 minutes. It completely changed how I felt about everything. The crankiness was gone. And I remember thinking, how did she know that? Because we hadn't been dating more than a few months, and she knew that about me. And I didn't even know that about myself. Like, I didn't know that when I was in that kind of a mood, what I really needed to do was just go play the guitar for a while. It's crazy. Anyway, Jai says, Shireen, if you find a spare minute on football when you're not deciding our lackluster fates, I would be delighted to see you at my Americar in the Amesicus. I'll tell Octi to set aside some decent wine in case you decide to grace our humble party with your luminous presence. Okay. What is that, some kind of celebration? It is an occasion celebrated on my world, Efreet. It is the day when a person shows by their actions that they have reached maturity and that their spirit is ennobled. Among the Efretian nobility, this day is considered more important than other symbolic events, such as the first cry or the day of repose. And by a wonderful coincidence, my America happens to fall on the day when I also wish to celebrate my acquisition of the Mercatum Tabula Officia. I see. It would be a pleasure to attend your party. The lowly regulars of the Amesicus will be telling their great-grandchildren about the time they had the honor of witnessing your dazzling visit to that unworthy dive, Shireen. That is, of course, if they live long enough to see their great-grandchildren. So, yeah, we gotta have you, Miss Whispers. Okay, we'll leave behind all the people who are kind of cranky. Except for Argenta. Miss Dogmatic, I think you have to come. Yeah, that's so weird not seeing Cassie's picture there anymore. Oh, and Jai's not in our group because we got to meet her there. Okay. Sure, that'll work. I don't think there's any combat actually in any of this, but what we're doing is looking for a staff. Pray tell that there's a staff in here.
Always keep your eye on
There
the
won't be
prize.
here because of Ryza. Ryza won't have a staff. There's Jai and her people. Before we mingle with them, let's go see about Ryza. Ryza, what do you got for me? You got an intoxicating elixir, that's nice. Medikit, that's cool. Monofilament grenade, fun. And then what is this? Staff of Endless Flame. Yeah, it's Pyromancer staff. It's not going to be for that person. Wielder of the staff power level 7 gains the Inferno ability. Yeah, well, fun. The Brinkwalker pendant. The wearer can move without provoking attacks of opportunity. As long as they have less than 50 wounds left, that doesn't matter. Apex Predator's gloves. I like that all of her stuff is reduced a little bit. There's nothing in here. She doesn't have navigator type stuff, so that is unfortunate. Okay. Jai Hidari. You easily spot Jai in the group crowded around the table. The extravagant luxury of her attire and her gleaming augment set her apart from the rest. Seeing you, she exclaims, "May the gravitational wells on your worlds never lack for grip, just as my heart never lacks for joy at the sight of the rogue trader Von Valencius." With an approving chuckle, Octavia mutters, "I can't believe it. You actually roped the rogue trader into coming to your party? If the rogue trader raises a toast to your health, I'll start to believe you really are a princess, not just a smuggler with the gift of gab. Please, take a seat, your lordship." How's the party going? We've been laughing and celebrating life, sharing as true friends do. But until your arrival, we were but stars in a moonless sky, merely heralding your coming. Now we are happy. I gladly accept your offer. It's party time. Octavania draws out a bottle from under the table. The glass is as thick as your finger, and it is covered in wax seals. With no exaggeration, this is the finest amasec that has ever graced this bar. Jai, personally, acquired it. As she says, for a special occasion. It seems that you are the special occasion, your lordship. The crowd around the table falls silent, exchanging awkward looks. It would appear they are unaccustomed to drinking in the presence of lofty individuals such as you. I see. Let us drink to the lady of the hour, Jai Hidari. The assembled group bursts into approving cheers, and the bar fills with the sound of clinking glasses. The amasec tastes exorbitantly expensive, sweeping you into a kaleidoscope of flavors. Tart, floral, bitterness, honeyed sweetness, and then other far more refined sensations that are nameless, owing to the small number who can afford to experience them. Bravo, Octi. This amasec will do me very well. Very well indeed. Jai's self-satisfied reply elicits general laughter, and the tension at the table seems to loosen slightly. Well, so these are your associates. The precious roses in the garden of my soul, and the golden little bees that bring honeyed riches to my treasure house. Yes, this is my crew of cold traders. The two identical ones are the trickster twins, my closest associates, Kor, and our residential hothead, and his much wiser sister, Tora. Don't let her fool you, your lordship. She's only calling me a precious rose because you're here. When it's just us, I'm lucky if I get that arsehole with the gun. Because you are the arsehole with the gun. If I dragged you out of as many scrapes as Jai has, that's not the name I'd be using for you. I can tell you that much. Kor's sister rolls her eyes. Pay no attention to him, your lordship. Kor has nobody to blame but himself for that nickname. Octaviana, you and Jai are friends? Friends? She's my worst enemy. The vengeful spirit of retribution set to punish me for my youthful transgressions. Mistress Hidari has a special gift for knocking me off balance and dragging me into difficulty. I would have barred her from the emisecs long ago if it weren't for her habit of tossing money around like confetti and of paying triple for anything she breaks. Do you see, Shadeen? Do you see the petty, miserly, callous, unforgiving friends the Exalted One has sent me? Who is this punk? The man who has just approached the table is hideous by anyone's standards. A repulsive face, greasy hair, and bulging veins at his temples. His attempt at an amiable smile is so transparently false and off-putting that your fingers itch to reach for your weapon. With a surprised look askance at you, he says, Mistress Hidari, allow me to wish you a happy Amaraka. Master Mercy could not let such an occasion go unmarked. He sends his warmest wishes and a gift. While in combat, the wearer of the cloak gains plus 15 bonus to fellowship whenever there are no enemies in a 4-cell radius. Oh, Falco, I am much obliged and touched by your presence. May the fire in your hearth burn forever bright and hot, like the stars of the Grenmore system. Tell Mercy that his show of precious attention toward my humble self brought dew to my eyes and a song to my heart. Isn't Falco the one who stole Jai's cargo? The very same, the greasy piece of grok shit. Octavania says, wearing the sweetest, most amiable smile one could imagine. But the stars of the Grenmore system all died around 100,000 years ago, and the systems around them are a true breeding ground of death. I see. Is it customary in the Kazbalika to attend the parties of people you have tried to ruin? After you got involved in their turf war, they all decided that a peaceful resolution would be for the best. This here is a symbolic confirmation of the ceasefire. Who's Mercy? Some big mysterious figure in the mission. The Kazbalika has put him here to keep a handle on things and make sure the interests of the senior partners aren't forgotten. If anyone does become a bit forgetful, Mercy comes along, somebody dies, and everyone else panics and empties their pockets. Falco and Mercy aren't officially connected. Falco's just another prosperous mission agent like Jai and other people. But Falco's happy to do Mercy's dirty work for him, and that's why he gets preferential treatment. I see. Where's your present for Jai, Falco? The smuggler stares at you unblinking with his pale eyes, says nothing. Then he rearranges his mouth into a smile remarkable in its hideousness. Of course, your ladyship. And this gift is from me personally, Mistress Hidari. The exotic venom blade Drukhari weapon, which Cabela will be able to use next time she levels up. Fun, good time. As Falco turns away from the table, you see a snarl of feral hatred twists his already repulsive features. I suppose even foes are bowing down before Jai Hidari. That is something worth celebrating. And what better way to celebrate than with a game? With stakes, naturally. Today is my Amaraka, and that's what I want. Jai draws a stack of carved plasteel tiles from her pocket. They are decorated with symbols and fine mag lines. Holding the tiles in one hand and raising her glass with another, she asks, "What do you think, Shadeen? Does the rogue trader have anything he's willing to wager?" You recognize the tiles in Jai's hand. It is a set for Tantulo, a game popular among gamblers. Each player is dealt several tiles, which can be arranged in a pattern of a specific value by carefully matching up the mag lines. Whoever has the highest value wins. Voidsmen love playing Tantulo, which is usually won by luck or skill. I shall play. Watch out for his lordship, lads. He was awfully quick to agree just now. I have a sneaking suspicion about how the rogue trader acquired all his countless riches, but I'll warn you now. Playing for money is considered wrong on a Freet, because gaming is tempting fate. So instead we're going to play for wishes. I see. You try to stare at your tiles too gormlessly, but you cannot work out if you have a decent hand or a terrible one. I'm going to show my hand, Jai says. The Exalted One loves me today. And if one doesn't show one's hand, what then? Then you have a chance to bow out of the game without losing. But you can only do that before someone announces they're going to show their hand. I see. No luck for me, then. Chuckling, Jai tosses her tiles onto the table. Her hand is significantly better than yours or anyone else's. And for my wish, I want everyone to drink to my good fortune. It has already granted me a gift fit for a queen. I'm talking about you, Sherry. May fortune continue to smile upon me. Everyone at the table eagerly raises their glasses. You join in before you even are aware you have done so. A new stack of tiles is already waiting for you on the table. You realize that moments have skipped past without your knowing. It seems the Emisek is somewhat stronger than you thought. The pictures on the tiles are spinning slightly after you look at your new hand, arranging themselves in good patterns and then offensive phrases. When you look up, you see that everyone else apart from Jai has already tossed their tiles into the table in disappointment. It's just us two left, Shireen. I'm going to show you my hand. I have nothing. The sight of your hand sets everyone at the table into a flurry of excitement. But then the chatter turns into a roar of triumph. Jai's hand is the most valuable in the game. I win again. What should I wish of you, Shireen? Well, given your profession, I would extract a promise of my assistance should you ever find yourself in trouble in the future. You promise to save me? What an exciting adventure that could turn out to be. It's almost worth getting into trouble for. I accept your stake. Tiles are dispersed around the table, forming piles in front of each player. You suddenly feel your body growing heavy. The treacherous Amasek is slowly robbing you of your clarity of thought and dexterity. Your hand is not especially good or bad. It is the kind of hand played only by someone desperate who has nothing left to bet. Before anyone says they're showing their hand, I'm announcing a condition, seeing as it's my Amaraka today. The only stake I'll play for is a dance. You reach for your goblet and accidentally catch a spare tile with your elbow, sweeping it into your free hand. Now you have an excellent set of tiles, but you would swear that Jai saw your little move. She saw it and said nothing. I'll play. Glancing at your hand, Jai discards her own tiles face down. Mine are worse. Looks like you've run, Shireen. I'll be delighted to grant you a wish. I bet her tiles were still better than mine. The light plays on Jai's dark skin and glints off the silver augmentic on her throat. Moving with the grace of a sand snake, she holds her gaze and smiles mischievously. Her dark curls fall across her face, and you see the saucy glint in her eyes through her alluring curtain of hair. This dance is called the Dance of the Captive Ravanian Girl. And when the governor of Afrit, Selim Khan the Bright, crushed the Ravanian rebellion, the daughter of the rebel leader was brought to him, the beautiful Nyana. She danced for him, telling him of the struggle of her proud people, and then snatched a weapon from a guard's hands and aimed it at Selim Khan. But the spark of love that had kindled between them that day stopped the Feistline from igniting the cartridge, and both Nyana and Selim Khan lived through the day. And then many more days, which they spent together. Well, that is enough betting for me. My luck is very fickle today. Unlike Amasek, you can always trust Amasek. It always lies. Smiling sweetly, Jai presses your goblet into your hand. Her skin seems to glow from within, and the sparks of laughter in her eyes dance like flames. To Amasek's deceit, may the deceived not live to regret it. Fog swallows your mind in appealing ideas of other ways you could amuse yourself at this party. Surrendering to the maelstrom of chaotic thoughts, you let the all-pervading merriment determine your fate. So we got a little drunk. We fooled around and fell in love. Maybe. Well, there we are. That's a big-ass bed. Thoughts tumble violently inside your head, periodically ricocheting off the inside of your skull and triggering bursts of piercing pain. Your tongue feels desiccated and shriveled in your mouth, and it scrapes painfully against your teeth. Light is the enemy. Self-awareness returns unbidden, bringing with it an inexplicable sense of awkwardness. Your beleaguered body violently protests against the very idea of getting out of your soft bed. You hear a soft sigh beside you. Looking over, you see dark hair fanned out across your pillow. Jai, who is cozied up next to you fast asleep, is fully dressed, just as you are. We don't look fully dressed. Or perhaps she is not asleep at all. Shireen, you certainly know how to have a good time. You struggle to piece together your fragmented memories of last night's carousing. For some reason, you can clearly recall the ingratiating looks of the wardens as they tried to persuade you to stop, the cries of the beggars to whom you gave an obscene amount of alms, and the stamping of the servitor that you rode around the station to Jai's unconcealed glee. You and I, we did not fall into bed together just to sleep, did we? No, Shireen, your conduct was entirely becoming of a rogue traitor. Well then, we need to make ourselves presentable. I'm sorry to say you're right, Shireen. No matter how soft the bed or how pleasant the company, there is a line we must not cross. And I am perilously close to doing exactly that by getting a couple of bottles of delicious medicine for our aching heads. Well then. So that's it, rogue traitor. My man. So that was the party and we didn't get a staff for our Pagos. Well, we'll have to do that next episode. Cassia's gone. Farewell, sister. It was nice having you here. Alcat. Well, off we go, folks. Say goodbye to Cassia. Say hello to Pagos. And while you have it, while you have a chance, send your scorn to Alcat along with mine. And it can do better. I will see you all next time. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe, leave questions and comments down below. I'll see you next time, and until then, happy gaming, everyone.